Hey everybody, we're back in the garden today. Cut that out, that was bad. Hey friends, thanks for checking out that was bad too. Cut that out too. You're gonna love this. Hey friends, thanks for checking out the channel again. We are back in the garden. Today we are going to build a hoop house. So this is our pepper bed. We have about 30 plants in here. They're bugs. Bugs. They're kind of slow growing right now. The medium that I used inside the house when I was germinating was not the best, so we didn't get great growth before putting them into the garden. I want to build a hoop house and just take advantage of, I think it gets about 7 hours of sun. I've seen a lot of tutorials and other people doing it online, and they can all get this, great PVC and everything for their hoop houses. We, for some reason, don't have access to that here. Our local big box stores don't carry PVC. They carry conduit, but it's not the same. I can't get tees or anything like that. I got what I could towards the end of the video. We're just gonna build a quick little build a quick little hinged hoop house. It will be the full bed, and from this side it will lift up. Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick cost breakdown of everything that I have here right now and just what I'm using to build the hoop house. So I'm using 2x2 lumber. That will make the frame. I'm using 5 pieces. They're about $3.50 each, which is $17.50, I believe. With that, I have some heavy duty hinges. I have 2 packs of these. These were about $8 each. They come in packs of 2, so that gives me 4 hinges. So if I'm gonna do another one, I already have one of the hinges. I have clamp. These are going to clamp the conduit to the frame. This was cheap. I don't remember exactly how much it cost, but I think it was less than $5. There's 25 in here, so I'm gonna have, I believe, 5 ribs with 1 clamp on each side, so I'll be able to do 2.5 hoop houses with that. Because I don't have the typical ABS that people use with their hoop houses, I'm not able to use the T's that go at the top that connect the ribs, so I'm going to use zap straps instead. This was $7 as well, and there is 50 in here. I have the conduit. They were about $4 each. I have 6 of these, so that's another $24 right there. I have all of my screws. Now, obviously, we're building a house right now, so I have plenty of screws all over the place. So I have 1.25 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and 4 inch, all number 8 screws, and that's just for different jobs. Obviously, the 3 inch is going to be for building the frame, the 1.25 inch for connecting the clamps. The hinges came with their own screws, so that's good. The poly I'm using, it's just heavy duty poly. I believe it's 6 to 8 mil. It is very long. I could probably do 3 or 4 beds with it. So if you were to divide the cost per bed, it would be a lot cheaper, but it's about $25 to add up all of the costs. That puts us at $110 in total cost. Now I am in Canada. If you're in the United States, it's probably gonna be quite a bit cheaper. That's the breakdown. I'll go get everything and we'll get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just lay out my frame. Now I already know all these measurements solely because I didn't have to make any cuts for these 8-foot pieces. So this is an 8-foot span, and then 1 cut on an 8-foot board makes this a 4-foot span. So I already know that everything's gonna fit together just fine. This is just a little 12-volt impact driver, and we're just gonna put 1 3-inch screw through the end of the long piece of the frame, and we're just gonna end screw this. So that's the basic frame. All I'm gonna do is make my measurements for my PVC, which I'm going to have a rib at the end, and then I'll just go every 2 feet off of that, mark that out, and then I can attach all my clamps to the inside. So I'm gonna do the inside solely because I want a clean union between this 2x2 and the next 2x2 to clamp the poly in without having anything in between it. I'm gonna have the clamps and the PVC running to the inside, and then the poly will run to the outside. Because this is just a rib, it's not actually attached to the rib at all, and then we'll be good. My ultimate goal for this project, and this is a little crazy, is to not have to drive to town between starting and finishing the project. So not forgetting anything, and if I do forget something, just using what I have at the house. I don't know if that's gonna work. So I have everything marked out, and I'm going to use my 1.25 inch screws to fasten my clamps. I'm just gonna fasten this in here on the inside. I'm just gonna go around and fasten the other 9 or so, and then we will cut our PVC. So I've cut the PVC down just because this PVC came with a flared end, which wouldn't fit in the clamps. So I've cut that off. It was only about 3 inches. And now we're just threading conduit, or the PVC, into the clamps. I can pretty much just drop this one down until it touches soil and walk over and bend it. And if I just step on the frame, then it'll push out enough where I can slide it in on this side. And once it's in, it's pretty much putting all of its pressure outwards rather than in on the clamps, because the clamps are only PVC. And then we just tighten the clamps. All right, so that's all the rib. This last piece, just for structure, that's basically gonna go like that, and then I'm going to crisscross zap strap to hold it up there, and then that will stop any lateral movement. And now we're just gonna like double lash this. The rib is set in about 3 inches, with 2.5 inches from the end. So I'm gonna try to mimic that just so I can have the poly run flat on the side. And then we'll come here. I have a flush cut pair of pliers inside that I will bring out when this is done in order to trim all of these zap straps up, and that's not going anywhere, which is nice. I'm just going to attach the hinge to the first 2x2, and then I'll put the other 2x2 over it. It's gonna lump out a little bit over the hinge, but that's not really an issue for me. I just want the other 2x2 to be able to clamp the poly down. Wow, those are warm. Ow, that's actually so hot. Wow. That's basically how it's going to go right here, and then it'll pivot from there. So I'm gonna attach all of the hinges to the frame, and then I'll go by and attach the hinges to the actual bed. The one thing I'm keeping in mind is how far down I've put this hinge so that I can mimic that here. Now all I need to do is align it to the bed, and then I can screw it on. I think the boss is coming. Well, hello, my dear.
What's good, eh?
It's not too bad. All right guys, so that's the build. I just kind of fired through the last couple pieces because it was pretty redundant. I just took the bracing right here out of the clamp and kind of wrapped it up and then screwed it in. And I'll put this block under this to air it out throughout the day, and it's good to go. If I had to do it again or differently, if I could change anything, I would definitely get different poly. This isn't the poly that I thought it was. I thought it was a lot thicker, so I had to layer it twice. But other than that, I think the 2x2s are pretty good for support. And then just the chain that I'm gonna put to allow me to kind of open it and just leave it open. Hopefully you liked it. If you have any questions, comments, anything, just leave those in the comments below. I don't know what Kayla does with her like and subscribe stuff. I think it's like and subscribe would be down here, and other videos. Check out other videos, which would be right here. I need Kayla for the outro.